Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So today I'm back with the second part of the big castle that I built in my previous video. Today we're actually working on the interior of this build. I told you guys that it was going to be a two-part speed build because this is just a massive build. And I just had so much fun decorating everything here because, as I said in my previous video, if you haven't watched it, please go and check it out because I show you all the exterior and all the details that I did in that video. But here we're working actually on the living space. This is actually the entryway of the house. You enter this castle and you get right away into the living area. And I was having so much fun using all these items that I don't usually use, like these chairs from Realm of Magic. The curtains that I used are from Get Famous, these knight statues. Also, I mentioned that when I first started building this castle, it was when we first got the Life and Death expansion pack, so I really wanted to use a lot of items from Life and Death. So we're using the fireplace, some of the decor pieces here on the mantle as well. And yeah, I just had so much fun decorating this castle. I said as well that this wasn't gonna be like accurate, like time appropriate or anything like that. I just built something that I liked and I tried to make it feel functional for the Sims. So there's no throne room, there's no ballroom or anything like that. It's just an old castle that the Sims that live here now decided to turn into their home. So they kind of renovated it and they kind of changed some of the layout, like the original structure of the build, but they kept the aesthetic, they kept the vibe. So even though you have TVs, you have like radios and a lot of technology and stuff like that, the Sims living in here actually tried to keep it really similar to the original aesthetic of this castle. So you see there's a bar in here and everything feels kind of time appropriate, I would say. I don't know, I mean, we didn't have bars back in those times, but still I wanted it to still feel like it was kind of a mixture between something a little bit modern and also time appropriate when it comes to the castle aesthetic. And I just ended up loving this build so much. We're decorating right now the sunroom. I completely forgot the name of the room, but there's a sunroom here. I decided to have these glass roofs, and they bring in so much of the light, as you can see. And I decided to add this piano. I think that piano is from, maybe it's from My Wedding Stories. I think it is, in that kind of wood tone that I never used, and I love how it looks. There's also the Don't Wake the Llama table and also a chair in here and a couch, so your Sims can stay here and just relax. And I created an office in this tower here. Also, I do want to say I didn't record any of the bathrooms, and there's also, like, I think I show you 5 out of the 6 bedrooms that I have in this build, because there's a guest room that you will see in the screenshots. Also, I didn't record a library that's gonna be here at the like on the very top of the build. There's gonna be a library, and also the outdoor kitchen I didn't record as well. So everything else you will see it in here, but this castle ends up having 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, so all of them have been fully furnished. And I basically, what I did is I just copied and pasted every room, like every bathroom, so all the bathrooms are pretty much the same. The only thing that changes a little bit is the layout, because every tower I turned it into a bathroom, and sometimes the towers are facing different sides and the windows are in different places. So yeah, I had to change that, but like the overall layout of the bathrooms are pretty much the same. Like all the furniture is exactly the same. Now we're decorating the kitchen, and I really wanted to use the counters from Life and Death. I was so eager to use them, and I ended up using these ones from Vampires because the other ones just didn't feel like they were the perfect match for this build. And these ones, I almost never use them in this like the default swatch, so I just thought they were perfect. They just really look like appropriate for this type of build, and I just loved it. And the kitchen is massive. Like when I say massive, you see me now, we're decorating just half of the kitchen. This is not even the whole space, and it's open to, like, it has an archway that leads you to the dining space that is also gonna be a massive area. But yeah, something that I never considered doing is actually mixing the counters, like the counters and cabinets from Vampires, with the fridge from Parenthood. They have the exact same wood tones, and that's something that I don't think I've ever considered before, because those two packs cannot be any different one from another. So it was such a nice detailed and something so good to find out when I noticed that the wood tones were exactly the same, because I was looking for a fridge that felt a little bit more modern but still looked good with the aesthetic that I was going for, and the one from Parenthood, just, it was perfect. And here I started doing some debug thingies. I decided to use a straw here just because I wanted to have something that felt a little bit more different. I have never used a straw before. I actually don't know which pack it comes with. I don't even know how your Sims use a straw. I don't think I've ever seen one. Like, I don't think I've seen any Sims using a straw. So I don't know why we have it in debug, but I used it in there and I think it ends up looking cool, so I decided to give it in there. And here we're doing this trick that I have been doing for a while now, in which I put some like a pot on the stove, and then I just fill it in with different types of food. So right now I use some eggs, and here I'm using the tool mod to place some different containers and things like that. I just wanted this kitchen to feel really, really cluttered, because there is just so much counter space here that I didn't want it to feel like empty. So yeah, I decided to use a lot of clutter here. I added some eggs, as you can see. I added a lot of things from the a country kitchen kit as decoration, and here in the island I'm rotating this cutting board that we got with the cool kitchen stuff back, and I'm using the stakes that we got with werewolves, and I love doing this. I mean, using the cutting boards and different debug items to create like the feeling that your Sims are actually using the kitchen, that they're cooking, and I think it just feels more realistic. And I just loved it. So yeah, I always try to branch out a little when it comes to my kitchen decoration and how I do these kinds of things, because this has become kind of a staple piece for my builds lately. I have been doing these kind of things for a while now, and I just love it. Like, for me, like the debug mixed in with the tool mod, it's just perfect. It just allows you to do so many things. I just love it. So yeah, like creating this cutting board kind of a space and all those things, it's kind of, it has become definitely something that I have been doing a lot in my builds lately, and I love it. And here I just didn't know exactly what to do with all the space that was left. I didn't want to add like a dining space because the dining room is right across the hallway, so I just didn't want to do that. I ended up adding this chimney here and some plants and some more decor, and yeah, the kitchen ends up being just like this, as you can see. Also, I added a lot of filler furniture in every room because I just didn't want to forget which rooms were what. So yeah, I just decided to keep at least one piece of furniture in each room so I could remember. But you can see here the dining room is just massive. It's a, I think, 16-seater table, and it's just insanely big. I've never built, like, decorated a dining room that is this big, and I loved it. Every time that I get the chance to do something different, something that I'm not used to doing, I just have to embrace it and just go crazy with it, because it's really fun to have builds that are so different from what you're used to do, and for people to see, because you have never seen me build a castle as detailed as this one. And this is the second castle that I built in my life. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be building any more castles in the future. only the future will tell, but so far I'm not so eager to build another one because this one took me forever. I mentioned I started building this when we got Life and Death, so it's at least 3 months ago that I started building this, and it doesn't feel like it because this speed build is 20 minutes long, but without the screenshots. But there's so much detail that I did off camera, so many things that I did that I didn't record, that I decided to keep away from the speed build, like out of the speed build. So many things that I did, so much time of me thinking if what I was doing actually made sense. I didn't take any inspiration from anything on Pinterest or anything like that when it came to interior. I just decided to go with my gut and just build whatever I thought would look nice. And I just think that I did a great job. I mean, it's just I'm saying it, but I still think that I did quite a nice job with this build. So now we're working on the kind of greenhouse kind of area of this build. It's kind of like a mixed room because I added these planter pots in here, and I also I'm gonna be adding an easel. It's like a like an arts room or something. I have no idea how to call this. I just decided to have many activities in this room. So yeah, you can plant many things, and you can also use an easel, and you can like take advantage of the lighting because there's a lot of light, like natural light coming through the windows and also the roof, and you can just take advantage of that and start building, like painting in the easel and things like that. So yeah, that's what I did in this room. And you see that that tower in here is where one of the bathrooms is gonna be. I actually didn't build, like decorate the bathrooms before I did the speed build, so I'm pretty sure you won't see any bathrooms until we would say, like, until we get to the screenshots, because the screenshots show you the bathroom, so don't worry about that. But yeah, we're just adding more lights in here. I really wanted it to feel like the lights that we were using were like appropriate to the type of builds that we're working on. And this is one of the teens room. So this is a teens room. I decided to use the bigger room in this floor for a teenager. This teenager is gonna have a computer. They're gonna have also a vanity table. There's a lot of things going on in this bedroom, and I think that the comfy gamer kit would have been perfect for this build. I didn't have it when I was decorating this bedroom, so I didn't use it in here. Also, I didn't use the other two kits. I didn't have them yet. We hadn't gotten them yet. I mean, they weren't really, they hadn't been released when I built all this. So yeah, I didn't use them, and still we didn't have the clutter bug that just kind of removed from the clutter menu many of the different clutter pieces that we had in the game. So it was pretty easy for me to just grab all the items that I needed. So yeah, luckily that glitch has been fixed, and we don't have that issue anymore, and that's amazing because it was such a struggle for me to build without all these items, because I just don't know the name of all the items. And when I was looking, like the pair of glasses, for example, I didn't know how to look for them in the search bar because I wrote glasses and they didn't show, and I just didn't know the name of the item. So in many builds I just couldn't use them because I didn't know the name of the item. But now we have them back in the game, and that's amazing. So yeah, I'm just gonna be like more like building more freely and happily because we have all those items again. So yeah, that's amazing. We're decorating the nursery right now, and I really wanted to have a nursery in this castle because this is kind of a generations family castle, I would call it. But I really wanted to use a lot of the storybook nursery kit because it's amazing. It's a really, really beautiful kit, and also fits so well with the vibe of a castle. So I really wanted to use it. So yeah, I decided to create this nursery. A lot of whites going on in here. You see that the bedrooms are pretty much color drenched. So there's like one main color, and I used it throughout the whole bedrooms because it was easier for me to decorate bedrooms that way instead of having like random colors that you could use and things like that. So yeah, I just decided to go with one color in each room, or maybe a couple of colors. So this is the kids room, one of the two kids rooms, and this one is for a couple of twins, I would say. I was decorating it for twins, like identical twins, I was thinking. So yeah, there's a lot of reds and pinks going on in here, and I use these beds from Seasons that I almost never use because I almost never have the chance to use them. And also this dresser from Base Game. It's weird. It's not my favorite dresser because I think this dresser should be bigger, but I just think it's perfect for a castle. It's just, it has this kind of princessy vibe, and it kind of reminds me of the one from Beauty and the Beast. So I really wanted to use it. Also, there's a lot of space in here, and I didn't want to add toys or anything like that because there's gonna be like a playroom for the kids. So I decided to use this space to have a fireplace. So I used this one from Paranormal and some chairs from Lovestruck, I think. And yeah, this bedroom ends up being like really colorful and kind of juvenile, I would say, but it doesn't have any toys, like no toys at all. So I still think you can use it for a teenager if you want it, but when I was decorating it, I felt like it was for two kids. And this is the other kids room. This is a lot of greens and dark wood tones going on, and I thought it was for a boy. So yeah, I just decided to use this bed from I think this one is from Discovery University. It has just the perfect swatches, and this bedroom is the weirdest shape of all. So I had to take advantage of the shape of this bedroom and just go crazy with it and try to make it look as good as possible. And this kid is gonna have a computer as well. They have a journal, and they're gonna have a fish as well. I think I move it from different places. Like, I don't know if the fish stays there exactly, but yeah, I thought that maybe this kid was into like gaming or void creators and things like that. So this kid actually has a console. Maybe they just invite their friends to come over and they play here in the bedroom, and yeah, they just have a lot of fun here. And there's a computer as well in there. If you are in need of using a computer, you have at least 3 computers in this castle. And this is the playroom, so it's a massive room, but it ends up not feeling so big. I added another Don't Wake the Llama table here, some shelves, in like some bookshelves here, the ones from Life and Death, because they're beautiful and they just mixed so nicely here. They just look so good, and I love the colors that it comes with. So yeah, I decided to use it in here. Also, I'm using a lot of items from Life and Death, and I wanted it to still like keep the vibe of a castle, even though it's a kids playroom. But yeah, there's a lot of toys for all the different life stages here. And so there are things for the infant and also for the kids. And of course, the reading nook could be used for the teenagers if you wanted, but I mainly decorated this place for the infants and also the kids. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for all the bedrooms on this floor. And now we're gonna be moving to the top floor, and this is gonna be the main bedroom. And I just don't remember the last time that I used this bed from Get Famous, so I had to use it in this build. I thought it was just perfect. And there's only one tiny window in this room, but I didn't think it was such big of a deal because the bedroom is still massive and it still has a lot of light. And yeah, you see the bathroom is already decorated in there, but I just didn't know exactly what to do with this space because it's just too big, like too long, I would say. But I added a fireplace, the same one that I added on the kids' room downstairs, but in a different color. I just wanted to feel like it matched with the colors that I was using in this bedroom. And I first tried to use the couch from the Secret Sanctuary kit. I ended up not using it because I already had a rocking chair in here, so I just decided not to use it. But yeah, when I was decorating this bedroom, I already got those two, like the 3 new kits. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. The other bedrooms, like the other rooms, you will see them on the screenshots. So yeah, I really hope you guys like this build. I had so much fun decorating it, and if you like this build, please give it a like, also comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye.